Welcome back to another episode of the Bell Ringers podcast with yours truly, Ryan McDonald.
Tie press.
Trevor Lay.
All right, there we go. Before we get started, as always, remember to like and subscribe us on YouTube at the Bell Ringers Pod. Follow us on all of our socials at Bell Ringers Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and then follow or subscribe. I forget which it is on Spotify and rate us. Go into college football week 2. Got a big upset as Notre Dame loses as well, like a 40-point favorite to Northern Illinois. Trevor, I think.
I think 28 and a half.
Still,
Something ridiculous.
I
But
mean,
yeah, it was bad. Really bad.
especially
I
at
don't know how
home.
they're still ranked, honestly.
They moved down 13 spots. I don't really know if there's enough teams that kind of deserve to be ranked, even
Well,
with
Illinois is
who else.
ranked.
But you got Illinois also beat Kansas at home. That was a good win for them. Not ranked, but maybe if they keep going, they will be. I think the big one was Texas destroyed Michigan. Just not even close. Michigan
Quinn
State.
Ewers is the best quarterback in college football.
He's got an early jump on Heisman. You got Nebraska silencing Colorado and Coach Prime. I mean, that's kind of saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think they were going to be close.
Did I see the quarterback got hurt too?
I mean,
Like Colorado's
I think he like left.
Prime's nephew. Or so.
I think he like left with like
His son.
2 minutes left, but they were getting smoked. I think it was partially just
Yeah.
him.
Well, I'm
leaving
not
as an
saying that was the
embarrassment.
reason for it. I'm just saying an update. I thought I saw it. He got hurt.
Nah, he didn't. I mean, if they did, it's fake. He sucked. Nebraska's defense locked them down, and Raiola is very good.
Definitely after 2 games, he's looking pretty nice. I mean, once he plays against an actual defense. I mean, Colorado has an okay defense, but it's mainly just Travis Hunter. We'll see him against an actual Big Ten defense like Ohio State, Michigan, or Penn State. Yeah, that ends it for college football, and we go on to our Week 1 results from the NFL. As you can see below, not the best, but also not the worst for Trevor and I. Went 50-50.
Yeah. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers media I was pumping, but why I thought the Jets were going to be special. It was just a disappointing game completely. He still got outside of he threw to Lazard. Just the wide receivers suck. It's just obviously other than Garrett Wilson, but it just was an ugly game, an ugly performance. Rodgers didn't play great. The defense just got ran all over by. I took this bet when Christian McCaffrey was still in, and then he wasn't playing, and they got literally destroyed. And it was a rough watch for me, for sure.
Jordan Mason still did good.
I was already down 1-2 going into that pick, and yeah, it wasn't pretty.
I mean, Jordan Mason put up 147 on 28 carries and a touchdown, so he did pretty good in the
but is that
absence of
Jordan
Christian
Mason or
McCaffrey.
just the Jets defense just literally letting him run it down their throat? Or
I mean,
The
I-
49ers O-line.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
O-line.
think it's. I mean, the Jets defense is still good. I don't think it's necessarily on them.
Question: is Christian McCaffrey that good if Mason can do the same exact kind of numbers?
Yes.
I'm gonna say yes after what we saw in his whole career.
I mean, clearly we can plug anybody in there.
Yeah, he was good in Carolina too, though.
Yeah, he was. That was a while ago, though.
It was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it seems like he might be out for a little while too. Achilles tendonitis.
I
Yeah.
saw there's some investigating going into it. Mason apparently knew he was starting Friday, and they left
Yeah,
it
he
a
just
game time
said it.
decision.
Seems like he just said it weird. I think Shanahan told him just be ready just in case, which
Could be interesting at least.
Yeah, but I
find
mean,
them, take draft picks, do everything.
honestly, take CMC away, and
Yeah.
Trent Williams. Say he can't be on the team anymore. You gotta go to Las Vegas or something like
Trent
that.
Williams didn't even play, did he? I didn't
think
see
so.
him.
Trent Williams?
Kind of
Yeah,
worrisome.
I'm pretty sure Trent Williams is out too.
I didn't realize he was out.
Well, he just signed his deal.
But
the day
yeah,
before.
enough about that game. That's the last game on the slate. Do you guys? I mean, obviously, yeah, I went 1-3. The boys went 50%, and then the wheel also went 1-3.
Yep.
The only
Yep.
win for both of us was our shared pick with the Eagles over.
That was one
Was
of my
feeling
losses.
good watching the game with Ryan, watching that Eagles game, and the Brover, as I called it last week, hit, and it hit hard. 48.5. I think we almost hit 60 points total. I think, or we did hit 60 over. What was it?
Whoever was
34-29. It was a 63 points total.
Hit it by 15 points.
Hit a lot of bets too. Hit a lot of bets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good night watching the game.
Mainly touchdown bets. Didn't really hit many, if any, of our parlays.
But should we start with the Ravens Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna just go in order.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Ravens lose 20-27 at Kansas City. I mean, it didn't seem like thought Derrick Henry was gonna do more. It didn't seem like the offensive line for Baltimore could really do much of any work against the Chiefs' defensive line. They just kept getting pushed through. Derrick Henry didn't really have much room to run.
Yeah, I mean, showout player for the Ravens is definitely Isaiah Likely. Had himself a day. It was over 100 yards and a touchdown. He pulled off the Lamar Jackson right before the end zone little hezzy step from, I think it was Lamar Jackson high school highlight, or was it a college highlight?
It's high school.
High school.
High school highlight.
Should have had 2, but he couldn't get that freaking big toenail in there.
He SpongeBob big toed his way out of the end zone and
So he
cost them a tiebreak or a game-tying touchdown with, I believe, 0 seconds left on the board.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he needs to get smaller feet.
Yeah.
That simple.
Or the Chiefs not need AI generate his foot being larger than it is.
Some fast work by the Chiefs AI generators. But
NFL going
overall,
crazy.
like, solid game, a lot of sloppiness. I mean, it's week 1. We saw it from our guys too. Just a lot of stuff that, like, Chiefs just somehow come out with managed to win. Ravens probably one of their top matchups in the AFC, or what we thought going into the year. Could have seen this as the AFC Championship matchup, and now I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs just look better throughout the game.
I
mean, they're better than they were last year, and they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, I still think
that.
But
I don't know. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm not happy that the team won, but like kind of, because it's already hard enough to beat the Chiefs. Now try to do that twice, and one of them being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just get their number in the playoffs.
Yeah, man, I still think they have a chance to be the second best team in the AFC and possibly beat them in the playoffs.
Ready to go on to Friday in Brazil. Eagles, Packers. Obviously, 3 of us got together for this game. It was a rough start for sure for our Eagles. Packers, I believe, get on the board first with a field goal, and then Jalen Hurts immediately throws.
Interception happened first, right?
Yeah, the
interception or the fumble
first.
The interception, and then the fumble.
Yeah, I knew they were back to back.
Yeah,
I thought the interception was first.
I was right. So the Packers got a field goal. Yeah, Jalen Hurts throws a deep ball into the middle of the field with triple coverage on Devontae Smith.
Just a bad decision.
Just an overall bad decision, bad pick. But after rewatching and seeing some breakdowns, it seems like that was probably the only turnover that was completely his fault. Like, that was just a bad throw completely. The interception later on in the game, there's A.J. Brown is calling for the ball. Granted, he could have hit it earlier, but I think he was scrambling. Jaylen Brown calls for the ball. Jaire Alexander. What's the dude's first name?
Jaire.
Yeah.
Is Jaire Alexander. Sees A.J. waving his hands around, turns around, books it towards him. As soon as Jalen throws it, A.J. completely slips out and can't contend for the ball at all. You can kind of excuse him for that. And then the Jurgens bad snap for his fumble. So
yeah, the fumble I don't blame him. It was just a bad communication, I guess.
But yeah, an ugly win for the Eagles. Yeah. But I mean, you take a win against another top NFC team when you can.
I mean, I still think regardless of those miscues, I think we looked pretty good. I mean, the defense, I think we held them to like 6 points on those 2 turnovers that were like pretty close to our own end zone.
Yeah.
So I think doing that, staying strong is pretty good. I mean, there's a couple of times where we could have stopped them a little sooner. But overall, I think defense played pretty well. Zach Braun went off like 10 tackles, it seemed like, if not more.
Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell showed a lot of like great plays locking down. I believe one was on Christian Watson in the end zone. Him and Cooper DeJean just came over and talking shit right in Christian Watson's face. Had to get yanked off by Reed Blankenship, but love seeing the young boys getting rowdy.
Offensive line looked really good, even without Kelsey and the new right guard and Becton. I mean, Becton had a few really nice blocks. The one Barkley, like it was like a 13-yard gain. He hit the double team real quick and then went up to the second level and made space. So I really liked what we saw out of him. I think there was only like one or two plays maybe that he like let a guy through on a pass block, but he kind of went right back there and kind of kept him off Jalen for a long enough time. So I don't think he had any sacks over on him. Looked pretty good. I think we all hope Jordan Love is okay.
Yeah, it sucks to see
Yeah, it
that.
sucks to see. Seems like it's going to be about 4 weeks.
Obviously, Saquon
They-
went off with 3 touchdowns. Good to see in
Yeah.
the debut.
Absolutely insane. Saquon scored more touchdowns than the entire Giants offense in week 1.
Well, Giants offense scored 0. So
That 0 is less than 3, I believe.
no, I know. Move on
But-
to I
Yeah,
guess the
great game.
first game of Sunday. Steelers beat the Falcons. Kind of a surprise game, 18-10. Don't really know what to say. I mean, I still think the Falcons are going to be decent and good this year. A little early with a new offense and new quarterback, but Kirk didn't really look great. Maybe a little rust from the injury. I don't know.
I don't know, boys. I left this week thinking you guys picked the wrong team to come out of the that division. Buccaneers came out hot, and the Falcons lost to a team that couldn't score a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
It's coming off an ACL injury week 1.
Is it ACL or Achilles? That was Achilles.
Akil, I don't know, one of them. Who cares? But yeah, I don't know. They'll be all right. Kyle Pitts scoring a touchdown's cool.
Yep. I mean, it's also like
thought for sure we'd get a Bijan Robinson touchdown, but
so, yeah. I mean, the Steelers also have a pretty good defense, especially pass rush with T.J. Watt. So I think most people are going to look pretty bad against him.
yeah, T.J. Watt had a great game. Had a strip sack on Kirk Cousins getting called back, which he recovered, getting called back because he just barely jumped off sides, timed it almost perfectly.
But I think
And
the
then
ref
believe
said
he goes on later on the game to do the same exact thing and get the turnover.
I think the ref said that they were wrong on that call at the end of the game.
Yeah, I thought I heard
So,
they apologized to him.
He technically wasn't offsides. He just got that jump so quickly it looked like he was.
Yeah. It's confusing the refs with how good he is.
That's pretty crazy. I guess we can go on to Cardinals losing to the Bills 28-34. That was one of my sneak covers with my my underdog. I mean, Cardinals looked really good at the gate. I think they were up like 17-0 and looked like they were pretty ready to win the game. But then Josh Allen and the Bills just kind of kept going down scoring. Just seemed like they couldn't be stopped in the second half.
What was that spread? Was it 6.5?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Just nailed that with 6. That I had the under on that game, and that completely was the wrong go. I did not expect the Cardinals to come out that hot. I mean, it looked like I might be good, but like that was when the Cardinals are dominating, and the Bills really couldn't make anything happen. And then I think it was the turn of the half that Josh Allen was like, all right, I'm just gonna do this myself, and got 2 rushing touchdowns and just completely put the team on his back.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like they ran the ball a lot this game. It seems like they're kind of going to favor the run game with the new offense and with Joe Brady. Cook looked pretty good, not too bad. Kind of surprised that Marvin Harrison only got 1 catch for 4 yards.
I mean, dude was wide open multiple times too, and just Kyler could not see him or get it to him.
Kyler Murray sucks, and he sucks bad.
I think he's all right.
No. Watching that game, there was multiple times that there were people standing wide open in the end zone, but he's too fucking short to see them, so he has to stand on his tippy toes and run around, and then the play's broken. It happened at least 5 times on one drive. He sucks, dude.
Travis
Yeah,
upset.
aside from making
his
highlight
McBride
plays
touchdown.
scrambling, he does not. He's missed way too many people.
Bills
I
take
mean,
the
21 of 31, 162 yards.
160
Sacked
yards.
4
isn't great.
times. 3 of those sacks could have been avoided if he was 3 inches taller.
And could see over the line of scrimmage or see over the offensive line. Like I said, it seemed like the Bills couldn't get anything going, and then Josh Allen turned it on in the second half.
Yep. I mean, I did expect him to throw for a little bit more yards, but honestly, a lot of the QBs throughout the league didn't really put up that many yards, that much
No.
this week. I mean, I think there was only 1 over 300 yards, 338.
All right.
I think the next
What
closest
do you
was
got in the
Baker
next
with like
game, 'cause-
289. I got Titans Bears, which was a disgusting game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Titans lose the game to the Bears defense, 17-24. Not a single offensive touchdown put up by the Bears offense, and they only got 148 total yards of offense. They got 3 field goals, a pick 6, and a blocked punt for a touchdown by Simone Biles' husband to win the game. I mean, that
Will Levis, very bad.
pick 6 was gross. He was falling to the ground, and
And-
just shuffle passes it out to the sideline.
Yeah,
Just
that,
like
that is just a
just go
brain
down.
dead play. Honestly, like I was gonna say, he didn't look too bad. Like he was moving the offense. He didn't look terrible early on, and then like I feel like that play happened, and then like it couldn't get it right again.
Yeah.
But I was extremely disappointed in Caleb Williams in that game. Like, dude didn't throw for 100 yards, and it was the lowest passing yards of the entire day. Just was missing. I think he missed Keenan Allen multiple times. Keenan Allen did drop a ball in the end zone, but
Yeah,
Caleb Williams was missing all of his wide receivers
Yeah.
throughout the
He was-
game, and
he
it
was-
was
he was overthrowing a lot of balls. Yeah, I mean they just couldn't do anything.
got saved by the defense. Chicago, just like the old Chicago team. We'll see. I mean, like I said, Bears are gonna seems like they can give them some time to get NFL ready. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean I don't. I mean they can, but I mean they're not going to win games like that going forward. I mean,
no,
that's
I'm saying
Obviously,
Yeah.
I mean, I think obviously the offense will be a lot better than it was because it's hard to get worse than that.
right.
If Keenan Allen caught that touchdown pass, Caleb Williams' stats would have been identical to Kyler Murray's. I don't know. Their defense is nasty, really good. So if their offense plays half better, they're going to be a dangerous team.
I don't think it's gonna be good enough to beat the Texans next week, though.
No. Yeah, like probably week 3 when they play the Colts. But I don't know.
that'd be a good
It's
game.
cool to see them have a good defense again.
We can go on to the upset of the week. Patriots beat the Bengals 16-10. No one saw it
Let's start
coming.
off with some ugly games on this list, dude. There are some bad games. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, week 1 you can chalk it to teams just getting back into the system, but dude, this was a snoozer of a game.
A lot of them kind of were. I mean, some of them were at least close, but there wasn't as much offense as I think a lot of people would have liked.
Dude, the 4 o'clock games were so boring. I mean, Joe Burrow, I think, is now 1-6 in week 1s.
Yeah, I
he's-
kind of.
naturally terrible.
I was afraid of this game because I feel like for as long as in time, can remember Joe Burrow just not playing well in the first week 1.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
Also-
he's pretty bad in the whole month of September. I think he's like pretty much like 500.
Don't ever wear those uniforms again. They're terrible.
Yeah, the all
All
what was it?
orange.
Yeah, those
look
ones
like
look
yeah.
gross. Just it's the orange pants with the top. Just
Yeah,
don't
the
look
orange
good.
jerseys are fine. Like, throw those other ones away.
Second worst uniforms worn today.
Oh, dude, the other ones are bad.
I mean, almost as bad as the team. I think Burrow's gonna be fine once. I mean, because Higgins is probably gonna come back next week.
Yeah, I mean,
Chase will be more involved with the fact he'll have a
you
little
had
more
a
practice
sick
under him.
Jamar Chase and no T Higgins. Like I can see them writing it next week.
Yeah. And I mean, Gesicki got a touchdown, pulled off the board because he like kind of fumbled as he hit the ground. Still looked like he was close to being in, but they pulled it away. Hopefully they do better. I mean, they got Kansas City up next, so
Yeah,
It's not gonna be an easy
as
one.
soon as I said that, I realized that they have Kansas City. I'm like, maybe not next week, but I think when they get a healthy Chase, like Chase didn't seem like he was even in the game. Like I think he got less than 50 yards. Like he did not have a day.
yeah. Well,
So, I
he
mean,
was
like
on a
they said,
limited
you
set
don't
of
have-
snaps too. I think.
Right. You don't have your number 2 and your number 1's getting on a snap count.
Yeah.
Like, and they lost a running back They
Yeah.
lost Joe Mixon, so like they had to downgrade at running back as well. Wasn't really meant to be this week.
It's all a work in progress. Going to a little bit better game. Houston beats the Colts 29-27. Just barely didn't hit
Oh.
our favorite. It's a tough one.
Knew
Uh,
it was a trap. Knew it was too good to be true. What a disappointment.
I mean, they should have had him. Their defense couldn't stop him.
Not even that, dude. Like the AR had like 2 bombs. Outside of that, he didn't make a lot of completions. Like, it wasn't like he had an insane game. He had, I think, 2 like almost 80-yard throws.
9 for
What's-
19, 200 yards.
Yeah, and with one 80-yard throw, I feel like
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
I think the
no,
other one
yeah.
might have been around
It was
50.
an 80 and a 50, yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
I mean, he had the
like-
60-yard touchdown, and like he missed 2 perfect touchdowns to Adonai Mitchell, and just way overthrew him.
So you take out those 2 plays, really, and then you probably dominate this team.
Joe Mixon is gross.
Yeah, he had a good
Oh.
game.
My God, was it great seeing Joe Mixon, an absolute workhorse on the Texans offense. That was just amazing.
I mean, I was surprised to see because Stephon Diggs got 2 touchdowns as well. I was surprised to see him be the leader with the touchdowns for the wide receivers. I mean,
I think he missed Keenan Allen on one, too. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing Keenan Allen almost catch one and he dropped it.
in the
And then Diggs scored right
Houston's-
after. Oh, wait, no, that's the Bears. Wait, where? Yeah, Keenan Allen's a Bear, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Texans, Colts.
Yeah, calm down. Keenan Allen did drop a touchdown pass there in the Bears game.
He did.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That wasn't a
But
mistake.
yeah, me and Ryan both had this game, Texans minus 2.5, thinking that we haven't seen AR play in a while, thinking that this was a much better Texans team than it was a Colts team. That 2.5 was almost a gimme, and then of course they win by 2 points.
I mean, I'd still take it. Still take Colts or Houston 2.5 right now if they play the game
Yeah,
over
if they
again.
played again next week with the same spread, I would probably take it again.
Doesn't know who's
Just barely missed.
hit.
What do you got next, Rye?
The detainee beating the Jaguars 20-17. Dolphins starts the day out before all the games start. Tyreek gets detained by Miami police. I looked into it a little bit. Apparently, he got pulled over for a visual estimation of 60 miles per hour, which I don't know what the speed limit is on that street, but that doesn't seems like a
It was right before he turned into the facility, so probably like 45.
Yeah, and 60s, it's not exactly a reckless driving unless it's on like a 30-mile-per-hour road.
But I mean, it's getting a little
Just don't
upset.
break the law, fella.
Yeah,
But that cop is fucked. That cop's probably getting fired.
I was gonna say the body cam footage was released. It doesn't look good for the cops. They definitely went overboard. We're not. I mean,
I think they
you
went
have
overboard,
Tyreek
but
Hill-
also
you have
like
Tyreek Hill raised the window on them, which is a no-no.
Yeah.
Like with tinted windows, like this guy has to. Like that's immediately putting the cop's life in jeopardy. But it doesn't excuse everything that follows with the way they're treating them.
I'm not rich, but can you open a Lamborghini door with the window open?
I have to imagine, yeah. I don't see why that'd be an issue.
I don't know. It swings upwards. So I don't know if that.
Yeah, but if
I
the
think
wind,
if anything, the
You'd
window
be able
would
to.
lower a little bit before
I
you
feel like
open
it
it.
would break.
it's only gonna take up less space.
No reason for it, but listen to the cops and don't break the law. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, you're not excusing the excessiveness, but it doesn't happen.
But either
The
way,
cop
you know,
was very in the wrong.
either
Again,
way,
going forward, Tyreek Hill balls out, deep touchdown.
I mean
Uh,
one of the cooler celebrations you could have right after that happens.
Yeah,
He scores a touchdown
absolutely,
and then has Jalen Waddle fake put him in handcuffs.
a
Cooler ones.
legendary moment to get on week one.
Definitely got
Like,
fined.
if I-
Definitely got fined for that. But pretty
Yeah,
cool.
probably gonna go down as one of the top celebrations of the year. Like I don't know how we top that. Yeah,
many
Dolphins win
times-
2017.
Has Tyreek Hill been put in handcuffs before? I feel like it's a lot.
Probably a
That's
good
gonna
few
be nothing.
times.
I did like the one time it was like, does this happen if I'm not Tyreek Hill? Do I get treated this way? And someone commented like, if you're not Tyreek Hill, you'd be in prison for beating your
Yeah.
wife.
So you've been kind of let go for way worse.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
Jags look good. I didn't like ETN had a just ugly fumble, like 2 yards out of the end zone,
yeah.
which hurt me.
I mean, that was kind of where
it's-
like their whole downhill started. They were up. I think they were up 17-0. Then that kind of all started.
Yeah. I think
I mean, that's 17-0, but they were up.
wasn't the backup running back for the Jags got
Tank
I think,
Bigsby.
more rushes. What's his name?
Tank Bigsby. I think he got like 11 to like ETN's 10. It wasn't really like that big of a difference, but yeah, he did get definitely more.
But yeah, Jags look good. I am confident about the Jags this year. Dolphins just, I mean, I don't know. Like, it didn't seem like they could really get it. Like, they were, I think A-Chain had 7 receptions, which was insane. Couldn't get the offense going that well. They had the one, obviously, 60, 70-plus yard bomb to Hill.
Yeah.
It was a big touchdown, which followed with the celebration. But other than that, it was real, like, small plays, a lot of short passes to A-Chain. I think Waddle got a couple like through cross the middles, but yeah, like the offense didn't seem as electric. But again, it's week 1. They got the dub. They got the dub.
So looking at the box score, like Tua had 338. Like they probably did pretty well. Like, but like you said, most of those yards, like a lot of the yards came on that big deep ball to Tyreek at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, without that, he's going at like 260, which still isn't bad.
I was
But,
gonna
like
say,
the run game
high
didn't really have like a really an efficient day. Did have rookie Brian Thomas get his first touchdown of his career for the Jaguars.
Absolute incredible throw by Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
The frames of where Thomas was when he threw it to where he was when he caught it, like completely past the DB. Like just it was an amazing play by Trevor Lawrence, which was good to see. He hasn't seemed to be living up to the standards or the potential that people had for him.
I think they might play the Browns next week, so see how he does against them.
Hmm.
We go on to the worst team in the NFL. The Panthers get beat 47-10 by the Saints. Panthers, just bad team, bad team. I had a friend say that he thought Panthers had a chance going 3-0 to start the season. If you ever hear anyone tell you that, just don't believe them. Panthers are a bad team.
The sympathies go out to Carolina Panthers fans. Like watching the quarterback you spent so many draft picks on and had the expectations that we're going to change your franchise around going into this season after a very disappointing first season. And this is the first game you get from him, which he could not make anything happen. Like, was beyond ugly. It was just hard to watch Bryce Young today.
Yeah, I mean, I would move out of Charlotte if I was Panthers fan.
Yeah,
I would move and switch teams affiliations.
I
mean,
can't imagine the attendance at the stadium being anywhere. Like they can't fill up half the stadium at this point. No one who would spend money to go watch this team play.
And like the owner is probably the worst one in NFL right now. Just does not seem like a good guy. Just seems like a dick. Doesn't really care about the fans or the team. But I mean, Saints. I mean, they looked good. I don't know how much of that is the Panthers being as bad as they are. If the Saints are kind of good.
Yeah.
I mean, Olave didn't do like anything. He only had 2 targets. Most of the yardage came on Rashid Shaheed. I think he had a deep ball.
47 points. I mean, Panthers are bad, but you put up 47 points, you got something going.
Yeah, no, it is still the NFL.
Derek, I mean, props out. You got to give love to Derek Carr too.
He did have a good day.
Hell of a game today.
Pretty sure, I mean, throughout, I think that through the first half, he was by far the best quarterback of the. I mean, through the first half of the 1 p.m. games, but still, I mean, one of the best stat lines. We go on to the Vikings, Giants. Vikings win 28-6. So as we said, the worst jerseys in the NFL this week. Giants throwback. Why do you wear those week 1? Like the Seahawks wore throwbacks, but those are nice, so you can wear those week 1. Why in the world did the Giants bring those out week 1?
Why wear those ever, dude? Those pants are hideous. At certain times, it looks like that the guys aren't wearing pants at all. It's just the color, like no one wants to see. I mean, like I said, the Seattle jersey's nice. I still would say I don't want to see that week 1. Like,
yeah, but I mean, like that's one where it's like, all right, at least it looks cool.
Yeah, but you want to see your team wearing the original colors when you go to like the week 1 game. Yeah, you haven't seen these guys in a while, and that's what you're gonna wear. Like those just ugly uniforms, and then to go on and watch your quarterback that you pay top dollar for, devastating. Daniel Jones.
I think they're worse than the Panthers, honestly.
I was gonna say when Rice said worst team in the NFL, I was like, that's questionable right now. The Giants.
Saquon Barkley I saw stats. Saquon Barkley had more touchdowns with the Eagles so far than Daniel Jones has since he got paid.
Well, Daniel Jones has more touchdowns thrown to the other team than he has touchdowns thrown himself since that contract. He has 3 pick sixes and 2 touchdown passes.
That's
pretty bad. I mean, he hasn't played every game since then. He's been hurt, but that's still. I mean, like even that's been 1 game, that's still bad. Not a good look. $160 million deal. Sam Darnold kind of didn't look bad. Might be able to get Justin Jefferson that offensive player of the year. I don't know. Might be good enough to help him out there.
I don't know. Yeah,
they play the 49ers next week, dude. They're fucked.
We'll see.
Also, Saquon's going to win offensive player of the year if he fucking plays bad every game.
Who's that?
Saquon.
Yeah, that's true. I got the Chargers beat the Raiders 22-10. John Harbaugh's first win back in the NFL. Well, congratulations. I didn't really watch this game at all. I was during the 4 o'clock hour. I was basically just watching the Cowboys game.
I didn't see a lot from this game either. I saw J.K. Dobbins had a good day. I think it was 10 carries, 135 yards. He had
I think he had Yeah, like a 61-yard or something like that.
Yeah, McConkey got in, which was cool to see.
Another rookie got his first touchdown.
It was just so many field goals this game, and so many penalties.
Yeah, I mean, look at Charger stats. They don't have a receiver that got over 40 yards. Other than J.K. Dobbins, no one really did any numbers. Justin Herbert, 144 yards and a touchdown, 17 for 26.
What's like? He didn't do bad. He didn't give the ball away, but he didn't really. I mean, they won the game, so he did enough to win the game. But it wasn't. I mean, I don't know how much of this is the new offense Harbaugh wants to run. So I mean, they ran the ball a decent amount, but like not like crazy. So maybe they do kind of want to just lean into the run game and more like shorter passes. But I mean, Herbert does have an arm he can throw down the field. So I'm gonna be curious to see what they do going
Well, that's
forward.
how Michigan did when he was there, so I assume it'll probably be relatively the same.
But I mean, I'm
Tell
pretty sure
you-
he threw the ball a decent amount when he was in San Fran. But
Doesn't look like Gardner had a bad game. 25 for 33, 257 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Like I said I didn't see the interception, but still 257, not bad.
didn't throw enough to Devontae Adams for my liking.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Wasn't
5 catches, 59 yards. Would love to
Would've-
see more.
Would have preferred a better fantasy day from that guy.
I mean, he was
Yeah,
off the
helped out.
field a lot. I didn't see him on the field much at all.
Who, Adams?
Yeah.
Let me look at his snap count real quick.
Yeah, I don't know what to take from this game. A lot of field goals, like Trevor said. Pretty boring game.
He was on
I
the
think
field,
Raiders are missing their Josh Jacobs. Didn't look like Zaire White really had much going for him today. Don't know
Yeah.
how consistent this J.K. Dobbins game is going to be.
I
Don't
do
wanna-
I think he's the better running back out of him and Gus Edwards.
Yeah,
So I think there's a
When
chance
healthy.
that he
when healthy.
but I mean I think there's a chance if he stays healthy he can be the lead back and do pretty good, pretty consistently,
Mhm.
especially if they do want to go to a run game.
It's funny that when the Chargers got both these guys, like I remember when they're on the Ravens, and I'm like, oh, like J.K. Dobbins is the better back, and then like every year, Gus, like fantasy wise, Gus Edwards blows him out because J.K. Dobbins is hurt, misses at least half the season, the last like 3 seasons, and Gus Edwards ends up being like just a go-to guy in the red zone and just is eating up touchdowns. And then like going into the season, for some reason, I just in my mind, I just didn't see Dobbins recovering enough to be the lead guy, but he, like I said, clearly showed that when healthy he is the number one.
Next game I have another weird stinky game. Seahawks at I don't know who was home, but Seahawks beat the Broncos 26-20.
I think it was in
I was-
Seattle.
Like the one thing I mean they were like I think at halftime the Broncos had 13 points. I was like, wait, who scored the touchdown? I couldn't find the box score, and then I looked and I saw that they had 2 safeties. I don't think we've ever seen a game with 2 safeties in one half by the same team. Didn't really watch this game. Don't know how that happened, but that just seems terrible. Bo Nix did not have a good game.
138 yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns.
Geno Smith had like a 30-yard rushing touchdown. Shut off his wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
It's kind of impressive. I was like, who's that? And I realized it was Geno Smith.
He didn't really have a great
Um,
game passing though. He kind of, but I mean, once again, did enough to get it done, I guess.
Yeah, the rumors I saw going into our draft with Kenneth, like I think the coach said something about Kent being confident in Kenneth Walker being their 3-down back and their workhorse guy. 20 carries, 103 yards and a touchdown. Dude looked good. Obviously, I think he did get banged up at the end of the game, so Charbonnet had to come in, but showing that he can do it if given the carries.
Seattle running backs love getting banged up.
I mean, good win for Seattle. Me and Ryan had them in the survivor pool. Definitely was a nervous game watching. I did tune into this game just to at least like look up the score to see how we're doing.
Yeah, thank you to everyone that picked the Bengals this week for losing
Mhm.
and raising my chances of winning the money. I think my one survivor pool, I think like 70% of the people picked the Bengals.
Really?
I mean, they most of them are probably gonna buy back in, but it's only gonna raise a pot. But I was looking at it, I was like, damn, that stinks. Some people bought like 2 entries, and they picked the Bengals for both of them. I was like, that's just dumb.
That is crazy.
I mean, I don't know something about that. I mean, one, I don't like to pick the best teams in the beginning, but something about it, I was like, this would be bad if Jamar Chase doesn't play and T Higgins is already out and they lose
Mhm.
to that. I was like, I'd rather lose the Seattle game to the Broncos and be like, all right, well, like I took a risk, than
Yeah.
losing this huge upset.
As far as player stats go, doesn't look like there was really any standout players for the Broncos.
Well, yeah.
Bo Nix had the only rushing touchdown, I believe. Yeah, both running backs didn't break 30 yards. Highest receiver was Josh Reynolds with 45.
But Jaleel McLaughlin, or whatever, took the lead in carries.
Yeah, 10 to
So,
8.
His time to shine instead of Javonte Williams. We kind of
Yeah,
curious to
and
see what they do
even,
with that.
Even big news on Seattle. Tyler Lockett led in receiving, 6
Yeah.
for 77 yards, followed by Metcalf, 3 receptions for 29, which
Man, he might be old, but he's still there. He's still
I would
still
not
cooking.
have guessed that with DK Metcalf and Jigba that Tyler Lockett was going to be the guy.
That was one thing I was kind of confused about with like JSN being like the second wide receiver taken in fantasy from like mostly all drafts. I was like, Tyler Lockett's still there. He's still. I highly doubt he's going to just move completely to the side.
I don't know. I think this could be a fluke game for him, Rye.
I mean, it might be, but I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up the second most receptions on the team.
All right, what do you want to go to next? Cowboys or Commanders?
Gonna do Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Beat the Browns 33-17. Deshaun Watson, terrible human being, terrible football player. Just can't really do either one. He looked gross. Just absolutely bad.
Yeah, a lot of it's his O-line too. I mean, he had negative seconds to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but even when he
It
did,
was
like,
really bad. I'm pretty sure a Pop Warner player could go sack him.
I was gonna
truthfully.
say that also has Micah and
yeah.
Dexter Lawrence coming at him as well. Like not the best matchup for probably questionable O line, but
But I mean, they're supposed to be one of the better lines. I mean, I think last year they were like one of the best. I mean, yeah, because like, I don't think Ford didn't really run that well either. They didn't really have anything moving there.
no, had a garbage time touchdown to end the game. But
Did see another stat with this. Apparently, there's been 1,700 times that a QB has thrown 10 plus passes that traveled be like 15 yards or more, and there's only been one person that has failed to complete any of those passes, and it was Deshaun Watson in this game.
what was that?
So like, throw the ball 10 times, and you have 15 passes that travel over 15 yards. Like your target is that far. It's happened 1,700 times, and everyone except for one person has completed at least one of those passes. And Deshaun Watson.
Every time he threw the ball over 15 yards, it wasn't completed.
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, not much here for the Browns. Njoku led them in receiving with 44 yards. Jerry Jeudy got the only reception touchdown, one of his 25-yard 3 catches. Yeah, no real standout players here for the Browns. The Cowboys did have I mean,
even they stats wise, they didn't really like have anyone stand out. I mean,
yeah, not
Zach,
really, huh?
Zeke did run pretty well in the few times he got the ball, which is a little surprising. I mean, they're not using him too heavily, so I guess he can kind of keep that going
Yeah,
as long as he
10
stays in shape.
carries.
His few runs, he did look pretty good. Dak got his new contract before the 12 p.m. games. 4 years, $240 million, making the highest paid player in NFL history. I mean, they had to pay him, but it's just a bad decision.
No, they didn't. Nothing justifies that for him. He has 2 playoff wins in his 8 years, and none of them came after the second round. We talked about this a few weeks ago that they're fucked. They can't. They already told Micah Parsons, like, you're not getting paid till the contract's up. So, like, I mean, he's basically good as gone. But unless they pull something out of their sleeve, then they just have 3 players and nothing else. But
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be bad.
I mean, you're looking at one of the. I don't know where CD ranks, but he's one of the top wide receivers, I believe. Like, I think he's top 3.
Yeah, I know Jettas is one.
Right,
I'd imagine he might be 2.
Yeah, so you have a top 3, maybe top 2 wide receiver being paid. You have the number 1 quarterback getting paid, and you're arguably should have the number 1 defensive lineman paid.
Yeah,
you can't have all 3 of them, or
if you want to
have literally no money for anything.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson did get hurt in this game, which also stunk for me for fantasy. Didn't like that I had him in 2 leagues. But he might be able to play this week. I think I saw he has a bone bruise and a sprained MCL.
Still did better than fucking Evan Ingram.
For my hopes, my fantasy hopes, I hope he's okay. Unless I get Isaiah Likely in the league that I have him in. We'll see how that goes.
Do you have him in our league?
No, I have Mark Ingram in our league. Or Mark Andrews. Still pulled off the dub, but
Isaiah Likely on the trade block.
Yeah, but I don't want to just have both of them. Then I'm going to be like throwing up a
trade
coin.
Mark Andrews.
All right, moving on to Commanders at Tampa Bay, I believe,
Commies.
right? It was in Tampa Bay. Yeah, at Tampa Bay.
So.
Tampa Bay wins 37-20. Commanders defense just couldn't do anything today. Jaden Daniels didn't look bad. Had 2 rushing touchdowns, no interceptions. Can't be too mad, but
didn't really throw for that much. He didn't really take chances. He kind of just threw the easy looks, easy open shots.
Yeah, 184. His leading receiver was Austin Eckler.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin had 2 catches?
McLaurin had 2 catches.
Yeah, not till after the first half either. Took a early morning beer shits gambling time and sleepy-eyed put Jaden McDaniels touchdown in. Then prior to the game starting, I forgot I did that and did it again. So doubled down on it.
Not bad.
When you said Jaden McDaniels, I thought you meant you put in the wrong player.
Oh, did I say McDaniels? Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I thought you put in the wrong guy, like a Derek Watt instead of TJ Watt.
Doubled down on that, a hit, and I like
Twice.
him now.
But like Ryan said, didn't exactly throw the ball deep at all. It looked like both of his leading receivers were his running backs. Eckler had 4 catches, 52. Brian Robinson had 3 catches for 49.
It's just like they don't have a good defense, so like that's not gonna win them games. I mean, I think because he did a lot of the same things in LSU when he started there, and then he kind of like got out of that habit and started to take a little bit more deep shots and just chances in general. So I think we'll kind of get used to the speed of the NFL and kind of get back to his actual play.
But moving on to one of the top quarterbacks of the day, Baker Mayfield, 24 for 30, 289 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The guy had a day. Rushing leaders, Bucky Irving, 62 yards. Rachaad White had the most carries for 31 yards. But
15 carries, 31 yards, not good.
Yeah.
Pretty
not
inefficient. I mean, he wasn't efficient last year either, but that's bad. Against I don't think the Commanders have a good defense. So, I mean, kind of got to do something there.
Yeah, worrisome when he places a real defensive line.
Mike Evans is immortal. Gets 2 touchdowns.
An absolute beast. For receiving, Chris Godwin had the most receptions and most yards with 8 receptions, 83 yards, and a touchdown. Rachaad White had the second most yards, 75 yards on 6 receptions. So that's one positive for Rachaad White. Definitely got some points there. Mike Evans, though, 5 catches, 61 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The guy gets points, and it is. I thank Trevor for convincing me to draft him second round in my fantasy team. He had a day. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Tampa Bay offense, we can't get too ahead of it. Like you said, it was on Commanders' defense that is not that great, but Baker did good.
Good.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I think 2 of us are watching the Phillies game right now.
One of us is focusing on the podcast.
Well, I'm also focusing
on the trying to go to sleep.
We're almost done.
Sunday night game, Lions at was it? That was at Lions. The Rams at Lions. Lions win in overtime 26-20 with a David Montgomery touchdown to end the game.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, another one of my fantasy players has to get hurt. Puka Nacua out and likely to the IR. So that's cool.
They put him on the IR, the pup list.
That's fun. Good for me.
Cooper Kupp had a day.
Yep. Well, 14 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown, and then Jameson Williams on the other side kind of matched him with 5 for 121 and a score himself.
Mm-hmm.
Monra was kind of quiet.
3 catches for 13 yards. Not great. That's a first round draft pick for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Their running backs are so good.
Yeah, they are. Dave Montgomery led in carries, 17 for 91 yards and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs,
I don't like
carries.
that because I lost a fucking fantasy game by 5 points after he scored a touchdown.
And then Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 carries, 40 yards and a touchdown. Like I said, this team is going to be led by their running backs. But James, I don't know, because Jameson Williams having a day and Amon-Ra not, like, if Jameson Williams can put up a game like that, this offense has a lot of options.
I mean, Amon-Ra is still one of the best wide receivers in the league. I think they're going to pass the ball.
I just got keened in on by the Rams defense, and they went elsewhere, and it worked. But Rams, like you said, Cooper Kupp, 110 yards, 14 catches. Touchdown, Kyren Williams, 18 carries, 50 yards, averaging 2.8, but he got the touchdown. Great game, great return for Matt Stafford, and to go into overtime, that was electric.
Still wish both teams got a chance, but they don't until the playoffs.
They got to fix that rule for sure.
We go into the final game of the week. Niners handle the Jets 32-19 in San Fran. CMC was a scratch about a half an hour before the game, but his replacement, Jordan Mason, managed to secure 147 yards. I know we already talked about this game, but yeah, I mean, I guess we can kind of just leave it there.
I'm an idiot.
What?
Just fucking thinking the Jets could do anything in this game.
Aaron Rodgers, I think I saw like a
first game in like 600 days.
I know. It was a stupid pick.
All right. With that, we can move on to week 2. Thursday night game. Buffalo at Miami. Miami's minus 2.5. Over under of 49 points.
Oh, let's go to Philly, kid.
This is a tough game. Like normally when they match up early on in the season, it does go the Dolphins' way, which I think is the reason they're favorited. But 49 points. I don't have anything on this game. I
Neither
don't
do
know about
I.
you guys.
Be honest,
Travis, you pick anything for this game?
No.
most of my games are later, but I think I probably would stick with the Dolphins minus 2.5, and I'd probably go with the over.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
Yesterday
Okay.
when we were doing it, the Dolphins were -1, so that line moved a good bit.
Wow. Go right into first game of Sunday. I have here Browns versus Jags. I have the at Jacksonville. Jags are favored -3, and the points is 41.5.
Yep.
Jags.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I want to say that
-3 too.
I want to say the Cleveland's better than what they showed, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to. Just Deshaun Watson did not look good. Be kind of
But-
surprised
Ooh.
I mean, like I said, it's against the Cowboys.
again.
Trey.
I don't
I
know.
still would pick Jags here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not comfortable. I wasn't comfortable enough to pick Cleveland, but I wouldn't be surprised if they at least cover. Yeah, I mean, the over/under is kind of low enough where I'd probably go over.
Okay, I could see the over hitting 41.5. Moving on, Colts at Green Bay. Colts are favored at -3 here, and the over/under is 40.5.
I mean,
I
it's
actually
just-
have a pick here. I
do as
have.
well.
I was gonna say with no Jordan Love, I did take the Colts -3.
I went with the under.
Trev took the under. I took the Colts -3.
I do not have a pick in this game.
Okay.
I don't hate the Indy -3 because I mean, it's just Malik Willis isn't good. I mean, Green Bay is a good team, but I just think that's a little bit too much of a loss to stay in the game.
Yeah, and I think if they could hold their own against Houston, I can see them beating a Jordan Love-less Green Bay.
Especially with that being out, I also don't hate the under pick because I mean, I think Indy can score a little bit. I mean, Green Bay's defense isn't the worst, pretty good. So
Mhm.
I think all around it's probably a low scoring game.
All right. We got Chargers at Carolina. Chargers are -6.5 and 38.5 points total.
I don't think the Chargers are that good, but also the Panthers are that bad.
Yeah, I think if I would take the Chargers -6.5.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that great either, but the Panthers are just awful, and I think majority of the teams in the league could get 6.5 on them.
Yeah. And like I almost would probably go with the under here as well. I mean, overs it's low, but I don't think
8.5.
I think the Saints offense is that much better than the Chargers offense. So I don't see the Chargers being able to score like the same amount like I mean the Panthers might not be able to score more than 10 again, but I don't think the Chargers are going to be able to score 30.
I think they would only need to score
They basically need to
What's
score 30.
20.
No.
If the Panthers score 10, they only need to score 20.
Nope, that equals 30 tie. Over under 38.5.
Oh, you're right. Shit. I was sitting here like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm right here. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Then I do like that under. I was trying to do the math in my head. I'm like, they would have covered that this week, but
No, they
yeah.
would have easily covered this week, but that's what I mean. I don't think the
No,
Chargers offense
didn't-
is good enough to score that much.
I thought Charger got 22.
Yeah, I definitely like
Oh, I thought you
over
told the other way.
this.
You like the over?
Hold on, Castellanos is charging a mound, bro. But yeah, I like the over. I mean, 30. Yeah, I could see it. Nice 30-10 game.
All right.
Could
Yeah.
be.
My most confident would be this -6.5 for the Chargers here.
Yeah.
I don't have a pick though.
Neither do I.
Next one I have is Raiders at Baltimore. I was tempted on this one, but I didn't. The Baltimore's favorite in 9.5.
Over under 41.5. I mean, this amount of points, like I said, it's still NFL football. It's like anyone can kind of get within that 10 range because I mean they could go up a lot and just sit on the ball, and then Raiders get like a garbage time touchdown to put them within 8.
Yeah,
And-
I 9.5 is a lot considering the Ravens. I didn't think looked great Thursday night, but I don't know. Like I said, I didn't take it. I couldn't do it. just because I don't. Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't.
I would take Baltimore minus 9.5, but I'm not taking it
Ooh.
for one of my picks.
See, I would be leaning towards Raiders if I were to pick one.
I agree.
With me or Ryan.
You.
Okay.
Another low over under total. I mean,
41.5.
this one I'd probably go over.
Over. I'm overing that. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
And then we got Saints at Cowboys. Cowboys are minus 6.5 favorites, and it's 45.5 spread. Don't like taking the 6.5. I don't know what I would be leaning towards with the 6.5. I definitely think I'd be leaning towards the over though. After what we just saw with the Saints last week, and
yeah, so would I.
So I mean, the Saints covered by themselves. It was Carolina, but clearly this offense can move. But yeah, I like the over. I would maybe say Cowboys minus 6.5, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I hate saying that, being an Eagles fan, but I think I'd probably also say Cowboys minus 6.5.
You don't have a pick in any of the 1 o'clocks, right?
No, all of them are late.
I took the over in this one.
You did take the over? Yeah, I like that pick. Next game, I do have a pick. It is the Giants at the Commanders, minus 1.5 for the Commanders. Over under is 44. I did take the under on this game.
Yeah, for sure.
44.
Yeah, I definitely don't hate that. I mean, yeah, both teams.
The only thing that worries me is, I mean, the Giants obviously sucked, but the Commanders' defense was really bad last week. So I would hate to see neighbors go off, but like I said, I don't think it matters. I think the Giants still won't be able to do well, even with the Commanders not having a strong D.
I wouldn't hate
Neighbors
taking.
needs a quarterback to throw him the ball, which he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Been saying that all summer.
That's the same shit I was saying when everyone was so high on drafting. I was like, dude,
Not gonna matter.
literally can't get the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took the under on this one.
I wouldn't hate taking the Commanders minus 1.5.
Yeah.
But
I can
not
see
my
that as
pick.
well.
I almost took that, but they screwed me last week. So
True.
Then I have Jets at Tennessee. Jets are favored minus 3.5, and the points are 40.5.
I mean, after what we saw from Tennessee, Jets are like an easy pick. I mean, I don't think you can't be that bad again, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I think the Jets are a good amount better.
Points.
I mean,
I want to say over.
I don't hate the under. I mean, Jets do have a good defense, so I think they can stop Tennessee most of the time.
No, but I feel like
it is just
getting a good look at the Jets offense week 1.
yeah. Well, that would be
more.
what I'd be
They
afraid
can
of
move
is
a
that
lot more.
I would be afraid of the Jets
I,
scoring a ton.
also like the under in this game.
Seattle at New England. Seattle's favored minus 3.5, and the points are a total of 38.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think New England's gonna do it again.
No, I don't either. I think this is a Seattle easy cover.
Yeah.
And
I know New England put up.
I guess I could see the over hit. And I think you could get 1 or 2 Ramondre Stevenson touchdowns, and I think Seattle can cover the rest.
Yeah, because I don't think Seattle. I don't think their defense is all that great either. So I don't think they're gonna have any better chance of stopping New England than Kansas City did or Cincinnati did. Probably leans Seattle and the over.
Yeah, Trev.
Yeah, it's Seattle, and
38.
I feel like this is a trap over. I would probably go with the under.
Okay, I mean
It's so
Patriots
low.
are garbage, but it could be. San Fran at Minnesota. San Fran's only favorite 6 points.
Yeah, I picked that as my favorite.
6? Yeah, I like that.
I mean,
Total points is 45.
It's almost asking you so much to take San Fran that you should take Minnesota. It's like, why is it that low?
I mean, a 6 isn't low.
Sam Darnold's faking everybody.
But you would think like they just beat the Jets by a lot. Like Minnesota, yeah, they won, but they're not really that good of a team. So, if like losing JJ McCarthy, you would think this line would be closer to like Baltimore against Las Vegas again 9.5.
Yeah, no, I agree. It is lower than it should be. I think that's a good pick, taking the favorite Niners minus 6 here.
Truthfully, I think if JJ McCarthy was playing, it might be like 9.5. Honestly, because like Sam Darnold's been around, he knows how to deal with that shit.
Did play for
over
San
under
Fran.
45. I probably
also that's probably why it's honestly so close.
I would say over 45.
I don't really see Minnesota scoring points in this one.
I think that Jefferson's due for can get at least one.
Yeah, I think they could squeeze out at least 10 points here.
Another one I debated is Tampa Bay at Detroit Lions. Lions are favored -7, the total of 51.5. Two very high scoring offenses, very hot offenses. I thought it, and it's rightfully so, 51.5. I still almost took it anyway.
I thought about it, but I feel like Detroit's defense is good enough to hold Tampa Bay low enough where it wouldn't hit. I thought about taking Detroit -7, but thought that was a little too many points. And didn't feel comfortable taking Tampa Bay +7. So it's all over on this one. So I didn't pick for any of these or any of this.
Yeah, I didn't take anything on this one either. But
I probably would lean Tampa Bay +7 and the over, but it's a tough one to pick.
yeah, I debated Tampa Bay and I debated the over. I would lean for both of them though.
I didn't touch anything on this game. I'd probably lean Lions and the under.
Okay, opposite. I like it. Rams at Arizona. Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals are favored 1.5. Total points is 49.
This is one I was kind of I mean, Rams did just lose Puka, but I feel like the Rams are a decent bit better team. Thought about taking them +1.5, but didn't. Decided to take the over. But I think it's two good offenses against two iffy defenses. I think it's easy for both teams to get like 25 points, 26 points.
I took the Rams as the dog this week.
I also took the Rams for the dog this week. We got a lot going on this game, boys.
I said almost did that myself, but I like the over more.
All right, so me and Trev both have the Rams +1.5. Ryan has the over of 49 of the Rams Cardinals game. I like it. I probably would lean over as well. Both teams have solid offenses, like you said, and questionable defenses. I just, like I said, saw enough question marks with Kyler Murray not being able to hit a wide receiver that I think Puka should have a day, and Kyron Williams.
Well, Puka's not going to be playing.
Not Puka. Cooper,
yeah. But I mean, that's where I didn't feel comfortable necessarily a certain side.
Moving on to my fourth and final pick, we have Cincinnati at Kansas City. The Chiefs are favored -6, and the points are 47.5. With reason to believe that Chase and T. Higgins will be back, I did take the over of 47.5 in this game.
Don't hate it. I took Cincinnati +6. Joe Burrow is 3-1 against the Chiefs. I think it's pretty good. I think Higgins might come back. Chase more likely to be full health and full snaps. So I mean, Chiefs looked bad, or Cincinnati looked bad last week, but I think they bounced back and they keep it within a score.
And I think it's gonna be a shootout. So I'm confident with both of ours here, right?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs might just beat the shit out of them. Honestly, they
But
just
what
look
happened?
so good. It's
You think it's
fucking worthy.
47.5.
I have it at 49. Or no,
Yeah, I
was-
could see it 47.5, but
What do I have it
probably
at?
like 10, 13 point win,
Mhm.
maybe. I don't know.
Did it move already? I had it at 49.
I'm looking at 47.5 right now. Before we recorded, I got it at 47.5, so it hasn't.
Yeah, it's 47.5.
I'm on
Okay,
DraftKings.
I'll change it. I was on DraftKings when I made this.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
All right.
Must have moved.
Next game, I have Pittsburgh at Denver. Pittsburgh's favored 2.5, and -2.5, and the points is 36.5. Are believed to be lowest total of the day. Yeah,
Trash game.
And I think it's not low enough. Give me the under 36.5. I think both offenses stink. I think both defenses are okay, and they're not going to score any points. Give me a solid another 15 to 10 game right here.
I don't know if you guys can confirm this. I think I saw Fields is expected to start again.
Yeah, I
that makes
did
it
see
even
that
better.
today.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think either team can score points. I am taking the under here easy.
I like it. I mean, like I said,
Yeah, I mean, the Steelers put up
super low.
18 points with field goals, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's fine. Denver's not going to do.
low.
Denver's not going to put up any points probably. TJ Watt's going to be all over Bo Nix. He's not going to move the ball.
Could get some defensive touchdowns though. But again, you'd need either
Need
Steelers to
need
put up
7
37
of them.
themselves.
I think this game for the under to hit would have to be 0-0 to like halfway through the second quarter. But
think,
yeah, I
yeah.
could definitely see it hitting.
I do. I
They
think I
just
would
think
lean
that.
Steelers though, -2.5 as well. I think Pickens is the best player on the field for both teams, and
I mean,
No,
Patrick
that's
Surtain,
insane.
T.J. Watt and Patrick Surtain are both better.
I mean on the offense. I'm sorry, offensively.
Courtland
I
Sutton's
wasn't
not.
thinking about defense. It's definitely T.J. Watt, but I think the Steelers will get a touchdown, at least one touchdown today. I think, or this week. I'm surprised they couldn't. There were, I think, multiple moments which, again, like I alluded to earlier, Pickens had a solid day, was making some freakish catches, and had a few that he could have broken loose. So I think he does. I think that they both Steelers play well. I
Yeah, I mean, I
don't know,
don't.
right? It's close.
I don't
36
think
and a
they.
half is so low.
I mean, I don't think they don't score a touchdown, but like, you're telling me they put up like what, like 18 against, which is a much worse defense than the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they're gonna put up
No,
more,
I can
and I
definitely see it.
really don't think Denver's gonna put up almost any points.
Yeah, no, I could see it, right? I would probably lean under as well. And that puts us to our Sunday night game. Bears versus the Texans. Texans are favored 6.5, and the total is 45.5. Like we discussed in our recap, the Bears won week 1 with just defensive touchdowns and field goals. And Houston won a narrow victory against the Colts, 6.5. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Texans by a million. The Bears
Definitely
defense is
picks.
good, but I just think that the Texans offense is going to be too good to stop
mean,
them.
I was slowly afraid of taking them again after that -2.5 last week, so I didn't. But I would definitely lean Texans here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the Bears showed out against a not great Tennessee offense. I think they're not going to be able to do anything close to that against the Texans. Like you said, Texans just have too many weapons. Joe Mixon has shown that even though they have elite wide receivers, he's a dog as well, and he's a serious
still,
threat
yeah.
to be dealt with. So, yeah, I think you need to match the Houston's offenses like the Colts did in order to compete. So I don't think.
Well, I think I would lean under here too because I don't think Chicago could score enough against
No.
Houston.
I don't think they're getting those defense touchdowns, and I don't think they're going to. Yeah, I would say I would lean under, but definitely Houston.
I mean, I think they're gonna get at least one. I think they're gonna get the first offensive touchdown, but I don't think they're gonna get many.
Our boys in prime time once again. Atlanta Falcons at Philadelphia. Eagles are favored 6.5. Total is 47.
You know, all I have left is my favorite, so I'm taking the dogs. Not taking the birds -6.5. I was just thinking
All
like,
right.
like the dog masks, but then I was like, I can't say that because they're not the dog.
One
Taking
of
the
our
birds.
choices is a dog.
-6.5 at home. If you tell me that the Steelers beat Atlanta by 8 points and we can't beat them by 7,
Mm-hmm.
something wrong there.
Yeah, that's quite the argument there. I like that favorite pick. I'm trying to avoid taking the Eagles. Just
So was I, but no other favorites stood out to me enough.
like I said, I like the pick. I would definitely lean Eagles here. For honestly, great argument. Steelers was able to win by 8, and Steelers didn't score a touchdown. And we have one of the most electric offenses in the league. I don't think Atlanta gets it going. I don't think Kirk Cousins gets back this week.
I hope
he be a little bit.
I hope he does sometime this season, but not this week. At least, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll take a Bijan touchdown and a Drake London touchdown each, and that's it. And then good.
So would you say you're leading the over here too? Then
I mean, I think possibly,
100%.
yeah. It's just I think
Yeah.
we're gonna put up a ton of points.
all right. I think we can all agree on that. Eagles and the over ends our picks.
All right.
All right. I'll go first. So with our picks for week 2, I start off. My favorite is going to be the Indianapolis Colts -3 against the Green Bay Packers. My dog is going to be the Los Angeles Rams +1.5 against the Arizona Cardinals. Over, I'm taking the Chiefs and Bengals game 47.5. And my under is going to be the Giants and the Commanders at 44 even.
I'll go next. My favorite is gonna be Philadelphia Eagles -6.5 at home against the Falcons. My dog is gonna be Cincinnati +6 with Joe Burrow at Kansas City. It's 3-1 against them lifetime, so we'll see. My over is gonna be Rams at Arizona over 49 points. Under is gonna be the lowest under of the week. Pittsburgh at Denver under 36.5.
All right, and I took the 49ers -6 versus the Vikings. The Rams +1.5 versus the Cardinals for my dog. Over, I took Saints Cowboys 45.5, and Packers Colts I took 40.5.
Try to head out.
Yeah, let me know what the wheel does. Everybody have a great week. Enjoy football,
All right, see you,
and
Jeff.
talk to you next week.
See ya. All right, wheel. The
We got it working.
yeah, I fixed it.
Nice.
Favorite is gonna be. I don't know if I'm the only one that hears it or not, but that's really loud. It goes right in the
I
middle.
don't hear
Cool. All right, looks like we're gonna spin it again. All right, Tampa Bay at Detroit. So Detroit was favorite.
Tampa Bay at Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit was -7.
Oh yeah, Detroit -7. Underdog is going to be spinner. San Fran at Minnesota.
San Fran is -6. Oh wait, underdog it would be Minnesota +6.
Yeah. All right. Go back to the wheel for the over. Seattle at New England.
Seattle at New England is 38.
I thought it was one of the lower ones. Under. Oh, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Under is going to be Cleveland at Jacksonville.
Cleveland Browns at Jacksonville is going to be 41.5 under.
Jacksonville. Is it under 41.5?
Yes,
And then the over was New England, Seattle, right?
38.
Seattle at New England. Cleveland at Jacksonville. Minnesota's home in that game, right? Yeah. That's in Detroit. All right.
All good?
So, quick to recap the Wheels picks. Its favorite is going to be Detroit at home, -7 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Its underdog is going to be Minnesota at home, +6 against the San Francisco 49ers. Its over is going to be Seattle at New England, over 38. And the under is Cleveland at Jacksonville, 41.5.
All right.
All the picks. There you go. See everyone next week.
Yep. Make it come back. Thank you, guys. See you next week.